Hi, this is Charlie from Path of the Bee. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build a queen cell starter. Let's get started. This is the cut list. I've already cut these pieces and have them staged. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is on our side pieces that are 7.5 wide, 14 inches long, we're going to cut a 3/8 deep rabbet that is 5/8 of an inch into the wood here. So 5/8 this way, 3/8 up from the deck here. Okay, this will be the ridge that our frames sit on. It will be up and to the inside of our box. Okay, so these are the pieces that I'm going to use that are in the cut list. I'll go ahead and nail these components together. So the first thing that I'll do is I'll start with the bottom here, and I'll set it near the end of my bench. I'll leave about an inch from the edge, and then I can grab a clamp and clamp it down to hold it in place. And what I'm going to do here, that'll hold it tightly while I go ahead and get my board started here. So first thing I'll do is I'll get a couple nails started in here. And then we'll go ahead and make sure everything's lined up nicely, and we'll hold it squarely. We'll get them started in there. Stand this up, support this board, and then finish driving these nails home. I'll put another one in the middle here. Okay, the next thing I'll do is attach the sides. Flush on the top is the most important part. Now I'll go ahead and make certain to square this end up. Flip it over and we'll do the same thing. Okay, the next thing I'm going to need to do with the box is I'm going to need to put some screen in it. So to put this window screen in, I've cut this 5 inches by 20. I'll have to trim it a little bit. I'm going to start out by stapling it in onto this flat piece here. So I'll maybe get a little bit of a bend in it first with my finger so it'll sit politely for me. And I use steel window screen. I have better luck working with it, and I feel it's just a little bit more durable. I'm just going to staple this down here with a few staples to hold it in place. Okay, and then I'll take my hammer and I'll tap these down. Just so that they're not proud. All right, I've got a little sticking out here. I'm going to trim that now. Okay, then what I want to do is I'm going to take this long piece here, little trim piece, and we're going to use 3/4 inch nails and nail it down in a few places to hold that in. It'll keep the screen from puckering and having an accidental bee escape. So when I'm using these little bitty nails, I just press them into the wood, and so they stand up on their own, and then the first whack's got to be a good one, and then you can just tap it in. I generally put 5 of these nails in here, one in the center. Split the difference. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll go ahead and use my stapler to staple this screen into position. I might have to reach under here and give it a little bit of a bend up against the bar so that it sits flat. And I can pull that down and staple it nicely. I've got a little bit of trim here. Take our other long piece here and we'll go ahead and use some little nails to get it going where it needs to be. Okay, get everything flushed up. We'll nail it down that end, and then we'll get this end. And then we'll use these shorter pieces just right here on the ends. A couple of 3/4 nails, one in each end. The trick to these little nails is to remember to just tap them. We're not driving a nail. We're just pushing them in with some weight, and they go right in. Okay, well here's the bottom part of our box. Now we'll get the lid put together. So all the lid is some these 4 strips here. I cut these 1/4 because I already have the saw set up to cut 1/4 strips for the main box. But if you want them a little bit beefier, you can back out to 3/8. Adjust the length to compensate for that. So we can just nail these edge pieces on by standing this board up, tapping our nails in. I'm using a 1-inch nail here. Some of the first ones I used to assemble B-frames. Okay, now we'll get the ends. Okay, now we're done with the lid. You can see that the lid will fit on there and it'll wiggle around a little bit. Just enough to make it easy to get off and on. When you're using this, wrap a strap around it to ratchet it on so you don't have an accident. Okay, so I'm going to include a link to a Google document in the description that has the cut list and the hardware that I used in this project. That's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.